everyone. Okay, so I'll be honest, when I peeked at the raw scans of this chapter, I liked what it was building up to and Rebecca's role in the chapter, but I really hated how it ended. Now that I've read the chapter fully translated, my thoughts on how this ended are a little weird. And I'll start with the good. With good, which is that I not only liked how much Rebecca took center stage in this chapter, but I also really like how much Rebecca did need to use her quick thinking, but also just calling upon past knowledge from playing Professor Weiss's game in order to save like Professor Weiss himself and Shiki. So all of that is stuff that really worked in the chapter's favor, in my opinion. Now, as far as how this whole thing ends, though, I'll say this. Rebecca's whole character takedown of Joker saying all it ever want, all it, she, whoever, whatever you want to pronounce, you want to use, however, whatever, all Joker ever wanted was to help people have fun and make games they can enjoy. That does more or less line up pretty well with my own analysis of Joker, and seeing Rebecca break through the simulation, as it were, to reach Joker was definitely on some cool like Matrix shit. The problem I'm having trouble squaring is what it was that really stopped Joker, because I have to assume it was Rebecca breaking through the simulation that stopped the invasion, but the way the chapter is structured kind of makes it seem like the power of friendship, Rebecca's words, is what stopped it. And I guess for me it's a matter of perception and how it is. If it is the former over the latter, then it feels like there were some in-between connecting moments missing to make it mesh properly. But I can see how, but even I can see how it's one of those things where I can see how Mashima wanted this to work, but I think there needed to be a little bit more like a little bit more to kind of like punch up the idea that it was Rebecca breaking through the Matrix, so to speak, in order to stop the invasion. And again, I know I'm pretty much hung up on semantics, but this is one of those chapters that's very easy to directly put blame on the power of friendship, solely on the power of friendship. So I'm just trying to get my facts straight on this. Again, I'm pretty sure. Again, I'm almost like 90% sure it was because Rebecca like had broken through like the simulation, had broken through the Matrix. It is what caused the whole all the clones and whatnot to disperse. All the clones to disperse, but it's like it isn't because of the two scenes happening in the way they do. It isn't made entirely clear. And yeah, outside that, but now with that said, with the fact that the chapter ended this way, does make me think even more that we are going to see an appearance from one in some capacity, or at the very least another one of the Arashi on Seis. And that, yes, he's not only going to steal the Mother Ether, but also kill Joker. Like, I feel like that's what has to happen now, because in the past, what has it been, 2-3 years I've been covering this series, I have kind of clued into Mashima's formula with Eden Zero, which is that for every happy moment, there has to be some kind of sad or tragic moment that follows to balance the scales. And maybe it's just my cynicism talking, but there's just no way I can see Joker getting a happy ending. Or at least one, or at the very least, how this chapter ended was kind of a happy ending, but that happy ending isn't gonna last. Like, something is gonna happen to Joker in like the next chapter. It has to. Now, I don't think Mashima is just gonna kill off Joker and leave the crew with nothing either. Like, I'm imagining even in a scenario where one does kill Joker and succeed in grabbing the Mother Ether, I have to imagine Joker has some kind of insurance policy, as it were, whether that's information or anything else that'll help them stop one. I imagine it's a scenario where where Joker dies, then in her final moment she'll give the crew. She'll give like the crew and Rebecca and any information she has on one as a gesture of good faith, or maybe it won't even be one himself, but it may just be I don't know if even this is going to be one himself that shows up to kill Joker, but this might be just another way to kind of set up another introduction to another one of the new Irration states galactically, like either Freya or Lightning Law, and and it's going to be one of those two who kills Joker for betraying one. To me that honestly even seems like the more likely scenario the more I think about it. And in that scenario, I imagine it'll be either Freya or Law we get introduced to, because this could be a good way to introduce one of the newer demon generals, honestly, outside of just Joker. Okay. And yeah, outside of that, there's not a whole lot more to talk about with this chapter. It's pretty clear cut. Again though, I will say a lot of the puzzles and game mechanics that Mashima put Rebecca through were pretty clever, and I really liked how this chapter did shine a light on just how intelligent Rebecca is, which I know is something weird to praise, but when it comes to Mashima's female leads, we tend to perceive a lot of them as just ditzy bimbos. A lot of us do, let's be real about it. And I think Ellie from Rave Master is the only one people seem to universally like and don't really see her as a bimbo, but yeah, in general, it's like easy to just write these kind of characters like Lucy or Rebecca off, but I do like how we do get moments like this in Eden Zero to really show what she is capable of in a situation where she's forced to use her mind rather than her fists. And honestly, revisiting Fairy Tail did make me realize that Lucy, in a way, was kind of a trial run for these kind of moments with Rebecca, because again, I know it's easy to write Lucy off considering how many times Mashima did her dirty, but she was a generally smart and intuitive character, and now crossing over into Eden Zero, we see how Mashima has kind of perfected on that concept by not only showing Rebecca's intelligence but also making it count and pay and have a payoff in the end. Whereas with Lucy, there was payoff in certain moments, but kind of came in smaller doses, you could say. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I got for this review. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Analyst Crunchyroll, push the notification bell, hit the subscribe button, and just share it around, guys. Dark Knight of Anime, signing off. Later, everyone.